Hi, Dave. Everybody, welcome to my own private Kokomo. I think I might have timed this right for the first time ever. I might have done it. I think I figured it out. Basically what happens, Dave, is yeah, I nailed it.
Nice.
So what happens, Dave, is what I figured out. The trick is you hit go live, and then it tells you the moment you're live.
Huh.
Can you believe it?
No, but I mean, that's what they're saying. Then what a world.
And that's what they're saying. So, Dave, you watched The Last Dance last night?
I did both episodes.
I did. I fell asleep, I think, for the last 15 minutes of the second one.
What?
I know. Lately, I have been, you can't trust me to get through something without falling asleep.
Is that normal for you?
You know what? I have a theory now that it is something that kind of happens different times during the year, because actually I remember a few years back during like Game of Thrones, which would usually be on around this time of year, like every episode I would doze off at the very end. And I think it's just like a time of year thing.
Really? I mean, what would that equate to? I mean, the days are longer now, so it stays brighter later. I would think like circadian rhythm, you would stay up a little longer.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, I had some wine and smoked some weed, so that might have done it too.
Okay, all right. Now we're getting to the root of it, I think.
Yeah,
But it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it's been so great. I love Phil Jackson.
Yeah, Phil Jackson. I with the exception of, you can ignore his tenure as the Knicks president or whatever. I mean, if you can get past that, where he called LeBron James friends. What did he call them? A posse?
Oh, maybe I forgot about that.
He said something like that. Not great. But I think up until that point, he's pretty bulletproof as far as like seeming like a pretty cool, great, and accommodating dude. And that Knicks stuff, I chalk it up a little bit to, I'm not trying to defend him necessarily, but like a little bit of like, all right, old man, you're just becoming an old man here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like you go to the Bulls players, Lakers players, and Knicks players when he was a player, and they all love him.
Yeah. Who's coming off well? Who's not coming off well so far in this documentary?
Pippen's coming off the worst.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so, and I don't think it's even that bad. I don't think anyone's coming off that badly here. Pippen's not coming off great as a Bull. You could tell Jordan was frustrated with him with the contract thing, and even a little bit with the migraine thing.
Yeah, that was. But then doesn't that kind of make Jordan like a jerk? Like the guy, what do you want from him? He's got a migraine.
For sure, it definitely does. We wave it off because Jordan's so competitive, but he wasn't supportive enough, and then that puts some sort of seed in my brain of like, yeah, Pippen, why weren't you playing? Even though I'm very much in defense of someone with a migraine not being able to play. I've had friends, significant others who suffer from migraines, and it seems awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that he played at all is amazing to me.
For sure. Yeah, I mean,
the worst otherwise.
I can't remember. So at that point, because I wonder if at that point Terrell Davis of the Broncos famously got a migraine during the Super Bowl and couldn't see and scored a touchdown. The story is that he scored a touchdown blind.
No.
You don't think so?
Do I think he's
like maybe he couldn't see? Blind? I mean, I fucking hate the Broncos. I hate Terrell Davis. So like, I'm guessing he's a horrible liar. But the story is that, I mean, it was at the goal line. and he knew what the play was, and he basically just had to kind of run forward, and the offense, it was more like the offensive line just paved a huge hole for him, and he basically walked into the end zone. But I wonder if, and like it was instantly like a big story, like the big thing from that Super Bowl. I wonder if that was before that, and it would have been right around the same time.
Yeah.
If it was in Michael Jordan's ear, that that a guy could do that.
Probably.
And Dr. Jordan was thinking that that migraines are no big deal for athletes, and that they can be played through. Easily overcome. Easily, if a football player can score a touchdown with a migraine, I think you can go out and get some assists and some rebounds.
Yeah, that I don't believe. I'm with Pippen on that. I don't think it comes off looking great, but I'm certainly in support of Pippen sitting that out or not being able to play much. The other person that comes off poorly is Isaiah Thomas.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, he tweeted something funny, like it's like everybody mad at me, like I was trying to hurt Jordan. LOL.
Well, his comment about like, hey, that's just what you did. You didn't shake hands at the end. And then Jordan was like, yeah, you do. Like, we did. Every time you beat us, we shook your hands. That's not the way it was.
No, it's just how we did things back then.
You shook hands after every regular season game you lost.
Yeah. No, man, that's just bad sportsmanship. I mean, I think they were doing that before you were playing in the NBA. You shook hands after games. I think that's just one of the things about competition that's almost always been there.
Yeah. And it's like,
say for like gladiator matches.
Yeah. And you like, hey, you took the easy way out. Like, it's harder and more like humbling to shake that other team's hand when you lose. So you just took the easier way out by walking off.
Yeah.
Although, did you see that? I think Nick Weiger retweeted it. Someone had posted a thing that Isaiah Thomas had said, which he is underrated in ways, I believe. But someone said that like when there was like a meetup of like the 50 greatest players of all time, and it was named by ESPN, like, or the NBA, like several years ago. And it was like the 50 greatest players, and it was like Kareem and Magic and Worthy and Pippen.
Where's Ostertag?
Ostertag he couldn't make it. I think he had like
he's too busy.
He's too busy. He had a lot of meet and greets. But it was like Worthy, Magic, Kareem, Pippen, and Jordan, and then Isaiah was like, I'm the only one here who doesn't have a teammate. Insinuating like, I'm here, I'm one of the 50 greatest, and I didn't have any other 50 great players on my team. Which I thought was like pretty good.
That is cool.
Yeah. He was awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point, IT.
Good point, Zeke.
Have you ever been like so sick that you had to like trudge through, fight through it and get something done? Like what's your flu game? What's your migraine?
Boy, I feel like I bailed on every one of them.
Same.
I don't feel like I've toughed out anything.
Also now with everything going on, like it doesn't sound heroic.
No.
Showing up and doing something when you're sick and fighting through it.
No.
I do. Let me think. I do remember, and in retrospect, then doing a Herald night, and I was like, oh, I was sick. Like I was pretty sick, and I shouldn't have done it. Like it was that kind of like it was on the onset, and so. But I was like definitely feeling bad, and it's like, oh, I can't miss a Herald show. My God, well,
yeah,
they'll kill me. They'll kill me if I don't do it. And so I did it, and I had a great show, great scenes, made them laugh, fought through it. It was heroic.
Probably carried the rest of us.
But yeah, probably got a couple other people on the team sick.
It did feel like, for those of you watching who know, for those of you watching who don't know, like that being on that Herald night, it was, and I was 32, 33, 30, 34 when I was on Herald night. And I still got caught up in the like, can't miss a show. Got to make all these shows. Otherwise
Yeah.
get kicked off. I don't want to do that. I want to stay on. It's also exciting and a great night. But it felt like you got to be here.
Oh yeah, that's healthy, right?
Yeah.
When people do say like, oh, like UCB could be like kind of cultish, like us having that mindset, which I mean, was all for the most part, I think, kind of made up in our heads. Like if we had talked to like Neil, who was the artistic director at the time, he'd be like, "It's okay, like don't don't come to the show if you're sick. No one's holding it against you."
Yeah. No, it's not going to make or break. It's not going to make or break you. You're here most of the year. Missing one show is not going to matter. It's only one show only matters if you do something horrific in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but otherwise,
that's yeah. Yeah, you're safer not being at the show.
yeah, you have a better chance of staying on Herald night the more you miss.
Skip show. Yeah. Less chances to screw up if you're not on stage.
Hey, we've all heard the phrase "leave them wanting more." Less is more.
Who left them wanting more than me, who missed 40 shows this year?
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
You got to admit, you have to admit that that's true. Dave, so I sent you a couple of values tests. These are tests that test our personal values, I guess what we hold dear, what we believe, what drives us. And there's two of them. I took the first one I sent you, and it was kind of boring, I thought. It's pretty straightforward and easy. I sent you a second one that looks like it was more nuanced. It was going to take a little more time. Were you able to take it?
I took both of them.
Hell yeah. So first off, just the boring one. It gives you your top 10 most important values. And I think mine are bullshit.
I honestly, that first one was frustrating.
Yeah, right?
Because it constantly pitted one value against the other, like inner harmony versus mature love.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know which one. And it was like
they both sound pretty great. And like so mine are all like, mine was number one was a world at peace, 2 was equality, 3 social justice, 4 honesty, 5 a world of beauty, 6 protection of the environment, 7 family security, 8 inner harmony, 9 true friendship, 10 capability. Now, like, because I don't really believe all that, and but it's like, okay, a world at peace, like, yeah, all right, I'm not like, if you put my like inner harmony versus a world at peace, well, yeah, I gotta value a world at peace over that, like,
yeah. And they contribute, like world of peace, I guess, contributes to my inner harmony. So I guess that's
like, okay, well, I guess I can't have this without this. I can't. If I don't have self-respect, then I can't really have forgiveness, whatever that means. Whatever that means, forgiveness. What was your number one for that one?
Mine, I don't believe mine either. And admittedly, I was plowing through this test a little bit. My number one was honesty.
Oh my God.
I don't even think is true.
That you value honesty more than anything?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I don't think that's true.
I think you are. I think it is, because you're being so honest now.
I'll give you my top 3, and I don't necessarily believe them. Honesty was number one. My second was inner harmony.
That was your second one?
That was my second one, and I don't believe it. And my third one was a world at peace.
Yeah, see, we're both there for a world of peace, being very high. Very high. Honesty was my number 4. But yeah, like those are like, okay, what's going to beat honesty? I don't know, nothing. Honesty's the most important thing.
And then
it
immediately makes me go through like relationships and past experiences and be like, is that true? Was I honest all the time? No, I don't think so.
No. Yeah, no. So there's a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, well, I don't do that, but I value it. Like I feel guilty that I don't do it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, that if I don't do it, it makes me feel the worst. So if I'm not being honest with myself or others, I get very down on myself. And so clearly I value it very highly.
It was this, both of these incited more guilt than anything else for me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? Not true. For me, the second one, I caught myself almost looking to be more guilty. Like I was like, sometimes it felt a little too softbally, or like every question had a little way out. Like so the second one was way more nuanced. There's like 200 questions,
Yeah.
multiple choice, very specific kind of hypotheticals, questions, and usually like the answer scale was either from like not likely or most likely,
Yeah.
or never or always.
Yeah.
But like there's certain things where like is this about you true about you? It would be like, I enjoy researching topics to learn, reading challenging books, or playing online games. And it'd be like, well, I like one of those things. Like I'm not researching topics to learn or reading challenging books, but I'm playing online games. And so it's like, well, I don't know. I guess I'll put that one in the middle. Like
I get a lot of middles.
yeah, a lot of middles. And so, but like if it had just been, I enjoy researching topics to learn and reading challenging books, I'd be like, no, I should be doing that. That's on me. Never.
Yeah, it made me feel bad about, a little bit of bad about like, am I not having is my life okay? Am I not? when
I mean,
I'm 80, one of the questions, like when you're 80 and you look back on your life, I'm like, oh yeah, am I proud of what I've done so far?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess what for me it was, I mean, yeah, no, definitely making me depressed. Yeah, but like, I guess yeah, like all the questions were like, it gives me like a little bit of an out, but I should be like, I need to be a little harder on myself with these questions, get a full picture.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So here's my question to you for this, as I'm bringing up my results and whatnot. In the second one, we took those more nuanced, and at the end of the test, it'll lump things into 3 categories. Here are your dominant values, here are your influencing values, and here are minor values.
Yeah.
I have 0 dominant values.
Whoa, weird. I wonder what that says.
Yeah.
I have no minor values.
I have no minor values.
I also have no influencing values.
It's nothing.
Simply put, I have no values.
But the no dominant values did make me, I want to hear yours. That made me feel like, buddy, like commit to something here.
Sure.
Felt like, what were your dominant values? Do you remember?
I got them right here in front of me. My dominant values were social values and aesthetic values.
Those are my 2 top influencing values.
Okay. And then what were the rest?
Realistic values, traditional values, theoretical values, and political values.
Okay. So yeah, so I have all of those also. So my influencing values are realistic, theoretical, political, and traditional. Now, I sprung the $6 or $7 to get the full results.
Why should have done that? I didn't do that.
I thought I was like, I don't want to put that on Dave. I don't know if if how well it served me. It doesn't help me understand what some of these mean, like what my theoretical values are. Like, what does that mean? What would you say that means? I don't know. Maybe I'm not too smart. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that means either. Theoretical values, like, I don't know what that means.
What does that mean? Like what?
What am I, some sort of dope?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Theoretical, like what? I think theoretically I have values. I don't know. You know, like I'm not too bright sometimes. I get it. You know, but like sometimes it's not about like being book smart. Sometimes it's about like being street smart. Like I got a lot of street smarts, but like book smart, like I wasn't good at school. But like I know I'm smart. Like I know I can do something. Like I know I got a brain up here.
Rocky, the
It's just
third round is about to start here. You got to get
it's
back.
hard.
You got to
It's
get off
hard.
school here.
It's hard, Nick. It's hard, Nick. Um,
Well, can I ask you a couple? What were you going to say?
well, I was wondering if you had an idea what theoretical values meant.
No, I have no clue what theoretical values means.
Yeah. So what were you gonna? Okay.
I was going to ask you what you put for a couple of these.
Oh, please.
And I just want to start with the first one. You overhear some people talking about you at work, and what they're saying is not flattering. Rate the following comments in terms of how much they would upset you. And this is on a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being doesn't affect me, 5 being it means a lot, affects me very much.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, I'll use you. Ryan is not very intelligent.
I answered the most.
Now my results are disappeared, but I think I was like a 4.
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
Because I was like, I know I'm not an idiot, so all right, but that's gonna hang with me for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, like it definitely. Yeah, maybe it's more, but like, oh, you know what? Actually, no, because I do like second guess myself, and like I don't like, and it would devastate me if I heard that. It would really hurt. I know the first 2 I answered 5. What was the second one?
Ryan will never reach the top of his field.
Oh wait, never mind. I think I answered 3 or 4 for that one. There was another one that I was like, ooh, that would be a gut punch.
I don't trust Ryan's ethics or integrity.
Yeah, that one would sting. What'd you put for that one? You don't care.
I don't care. No, I put that one very high. And here's what I noticed. I ended up valuing probably quite a bit overall is, and this is something I already knew about myself. Like I got a lot of eggs in that profession basket.
Oh yeah. I do too.
Too many.
Yeah, it's okay. So like it was eye-opening, revealing in a way, huh?
One of the questions being success at work is what defines me as a person. 1 doesn't apply to me. 5 totally applies to me. I think I put 5.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that's like, is that like the constant thing that's sort of like driving you a bit? Like like throughout your day, is it constantly kind of on your mind? And
it's, well, I don't know if it's on my mind, but yeah, it's the thing that it's the thing that I'm out here for. It's the reason
Right.
I'm away from my entire family. It has affected personal relationships for me.
Sure.
And it's not like I don't have kids. I'm not married. I have friends, but I don't have, like, it's the thing that occupies most of my time, whether I'm doing it for money or not. Yeah, it's too much for sure, but it's definitely the thing that influences me the most. And I've noticed that throughout this values thing that it came up a lot.
Yeah, I think there was it was coming up for me in a lot of ways too, but it didn't feel like it was asking the right questions.
Okay.
Like I'm like preoccupied by it. Like I think about it a ton, but I'm also kind of like scared of it, like scared of success and like scared of like putting myself out there and stuff. Like that's the thing that I wrestle with a ton. Basically, it's just like confidence issues.
Sure.
Yeah. So like there just felt like there was like something missing in these questions that like kind of address that a bit. Like, yeah, something that I like put a lot of emphasis on and think about a ton, but like it doesn't, like I'm not like having this sort of success with it necessarily. But I think other people who maybe like focus on it a ton have, if that makes sense.
It definitely makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Here's a question I wanted to know how you answered it.
Yes.
So imagine that you're recently informed that you only have 6 months to live. Aside from spending time with loved ones, rate the following according to what else you would most likely do. I want to know what you answered to the question of Ryan is going to try to understand exactly how my illness will progress or participate in a scientific study to advance knowledge of my illness. 1 to 5. 0. 1 is probably won't do it. 5, you'll probably do it. We're very
I think I put like 3. Like, yeah, for sure. It's like, I mean, I don't know like what kind of work. I'm not gonna put like get out my own, my beakers and stuff and try to figure it out myself. But like, hey, if you guys need to like draw blood or you want to do some like tests on me, for sure. Yeah, I don't want anyone else to have to go through this. But like,
yeah, me too. I don't think I put very. I don't know if I put 5, which made me question my own values. Of like, hey, buddy, help other people out here. Like, definitely do this. I think I put like 4, and that made me question things a little bit.
Oh no, yeah, no, I think it's like, yeah, like what I mean, to whatever to my abilities, yeah, like the best I can for sure. But like I'm personally not gonna all of a sudden like just get out like all these biology textbooks and just try to understand the science of it and everything. Like I'm not gonna be able to contribute that way. But
No,
whatever you guys need to look at or study, and when I'm dead, harvest to figure it out, please, by all means. With my last 6 months, I'm probably going to just do kind of what I want to do, but for the most part, like try to, take care of the people I love and all that stuff. There wasn't a question being like, how likely are you to just scream and cry for days on end? hide from the Grim Reaper. I didn't offer that
definitely
option.
be crying and screaming happening.
Yeah. No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Why not someone else?
Take them. Not me.
Yeah, there'll be moments of that.
Letting my pants, Reagan's there. I can't die. I can't die.
Can I use one of your kidneys? Can I use one of your kidneys?
That's me. I need it. Turning like to Bilbo when he sees that ring, that Frodo has the ring and Fellowship of the Ring, and he goes, "Can I touch it one more time?" And then he's like, "I don't know." And he goes, and he turns all scary for a second, and it's like, "Whoa." I need your kidney. I don't want to die.
I don't want to.
So if you sprung for the detailed results, you got these graphs that had a whole bunch of areas that gave you a number between 0 and 100, and like some, for instance, are social values at 82. For me, empathy was a 93. I think that might have been my highest.
Nice.
I'm very empathic, it seems. My lowest scores were realistic values.
That fits, given our occupation.
Yeah, for sure. Realistic values is 67. Let's see here. Theoretical values 58. Political values 55. Traditional. Oh, so this might have been like the overall kind of categories. Religion, spirituality was a 26. Out of curiosity, how much emphasis did you place on religion and
it was lower
spiritualism? Huh?
It was lower.
On the lower end.
Yeah, but I will say, like, the thing where they asked about, like, hey, if you're gonna die in 6 months, one of the things was like, would you seek like religious or spiritual counsel? And I said I was like a 4 on that. I was probably pretty likely to do that.
Well, yeah. So that's another one of those questions. I remember that one, and that one made me mad because it was like, would you pray, seek spiritual counsel, or talk to a friend? It's like, okay, all right. Just know that when I'm answering this, I'm only answering to the talk to the friend part, and that I would not pray or seek spiritual counseling from like a priest.
You want this test to know that.
Yeah, no, I sent them an email, a very long-winded email, demanding that they know that and adjust my score appropriately.
Yeah, I probably rated that a little lower. Even though I come from a pretty religious background, and certainly don't dismiss it. But it's a little lower. It's probably a little lower on that.
Were you a every Sunday church family?
Oh yeah, so twice a day.
Yeah. Twice a day on Sunday?
Uh-huh.
What's the second one?
Church in the morning, Sunday school after
Sunday?
church service at night.
What is church service?
I mean, it's just another
Another
version.
round?
Like whatever was in the morning, there's also another one at night with a different sermon.
Yeah, it was a little overkill, right?
Oh, I had catechism on Wednesdays. I had another thing called campus
Catholic, yeah.
nights. I had
You're Catholic?
no, but they call it catechism, but it wasn't. I wasn't Catholic, but it was like a think of it like a Sunday school on a Wednesday afternoon after school.
Okay. Sunday school on a Wednesday.
All through high school.
Yeah, I avoided all that stuff for the most part. I mean, I went to Catholic school, so we had to go to church. I think, like in elementary school, we had to go once a week every Tuesday, and a lot of that stuff that you had to probably go to for classes would be kind of knocked out at school, like it was part of the curriculum. Yeah. And then in high school, we would have like all school masses in the gym, and that was usually just a good time to goof around and stuff.
Yeah.
Religion classes were. Oh, go ahead.
Your religion classes are what?
Oh, were so easy. They're so easy, except for like maybe some of like the Bible one, like Old and New Testament. But like some of them were just like social justice and whatever, and like there were just a lot of dumb, easy kind of assignments you could just sort of like answer like, oh, because I love the world or whatever.
Yeah.
And but my favorite was we would always have meditation time, like silent prayer, and they would turn off all the lights, and and so like most kids would just like fall asleep, but then you'd have like guys like being like this, like hitting the person next to them, like flicking ears. It was like in the basement of the school, huh?
What's the name of your school again?
St. Thomas Aquinas. Like in our like religion classroom was like in the basement, like in the bottom floor, so there were no windows, and so it'd get real dark, like it'd be pitch black in the room, and so you just kind of do whatever, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone would just fall asleep.
My town, where I grew up, Cedar Grove, my church that I went to was next to my high school / middle school, and there's another church that was in like essentially the backyard of the school, just right at the street. Like I had 4 churches in my town, 1,200 people lived in my town, 1,300 people, 4 churches. So nearly everybody was in some sort of church. Yeah.
Were you still going to church before you moved out here?
Not as much.
Not as much. And then when you moved out here, just pretty much kaput? Or are you secretly going to church and not telling?
I don't go as much now.
But you do go sometimes.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes
do you have a church that you go to, or you like to?
There's one on Hillhurst, like between Hillhurst and Vermont, on Hollywood. That's like an open and affirming.
Yeah. Snake handling.
Yeah, a lot of snake handling.
You gotta hold on to the serpent.
Yeah. It's also kind of a zoo. It's a zoo. It's a petting zoo
It's a
slash
zoo.
church.
You got penguins running around and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, kids love penguins, so of course there's gonna be some penguins running around.
Who's the priest? Dr. Doolittle? Is that the priest of your church, Dr. Doolittle, with all the animals running around?
Hey man, animals need saving too, and they understand them. People understand them. Okay, I have a question for you.
Please.
Okay, this was for people who are listening and are still watching.
Yeah.
You can listen to this one too. This is the one that made me think about my own life, and maybe I'll quite a bit. And so people at home can think about how they'd answer this. And Ryan, I want to hear how you answer some of these, if you want to say it.
Please.
We talked about this earlier. Imagine that you are 80 years old. Looking back at your life, what would you be proud to say you had achieved? Number one, again, scale 1 to 5. 1 is not satisfying at all. 5 is very satisfying. I made a mark in my career.
I think I put a 5 on that one.
Very satisfying.
Yeah.
I love that. I think I put a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was just proud to like, oh, I'm giving this a shot, this thing that I like, and it's a bit of a dream, and I've done stuff improv wise and whatever.
You know what? Actually, I think I answered 5 at first on that one, and then I thought about it some more, and I changed it to a 4.
Good.
There's one of those that I definitely answered 5.
Okay. Next one. I was a good provider for my family. I put a 1.
You want to be satisfied?
It's just me. I
Wait,
guess.
so at 80, so are you not planning to have had a family or anything by the time you're 80?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just looking at it how I am right now.
If you had transformed, like you're not thinking into like future plans necessarily.
I wasn't.
You're just like, if all of a sudden you transformed how you are right now to 80.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then, all right. Well, I mean, I guess the assumption is though that by the way the question's formed is that by 80 you would have a family.
Yeah. And I'm taking care of myself now, so I guess I could rate it higher, but I just know that I did rate it a 1.
Okay. But let's say just like 80 comes around, you've got a wife and kids. And then you have the knowledge that you've provided for your family.
I would, whether it's through this career or not, or I had to do something else, I would do whatever it took to provide for my family. So I guess it'd be like a 3 to a 4.
Okay. Still a 1.
Still a 1.
I did it, but I'm not satisfied.
They got in my way.
Yeah.
I did my best. I did my best to help the less fortunate or provided emotional support to my family when they needed me.
I think I could put like a 3 or 4.
I think so too. Those are 2 very separate things to me. Like I realize that, buddy, I could do more. I donate a little bit to some causes or whatever, but like, oh, you could really be helping people less fortunate than you.
For sure. Yeah.
But I do think I provide at least emotional support when they need me to my family.
Yeah. So those would be 2 different questions.
I think so. I put like a 3, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. The last 3, I'm sorry. I made the world a more interesting place with my creative talents / ideas.
I think I put a 4.
I think I put a 4.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those bona fides.
I think we already have. Dave, I think at our age now, I think we can say we've done that. That's done. We're doing it right now.
You take some of those midnight theme shows that we did. Yeah,
I'm saying we're doing it right now with this show.
Oh yeah,
in this moment, this episode.
Oh, okay, you're right.
I think we're blowing minds with its creativity. We took free online values tests. That's insane. That's awesome.
People are going to work every day, still doing their jobs. We're taking online value tests
for our 12 p.m. show.
that we could have done. I could do any time during the day because I have the time.
Sure. But no, 12, right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Last two. I always remain faithful to my beliefs. Put like a 3.
I think like a 3.
Yeah. I'm,
I mean,
if I give it any thought, I'm sure there's times where I really turned it back on what I thought was right.
yeah, I mean, also always, I could say officially now at 30, at almost 36, that at 80, won't be able to say always because I've already know that I haven't always done that. So it's, and I'm getting by.
Last one. I discovered / invented something new.
Oh, like 3 or 2.
I think I put a 1 or a 2.
I mean, if I did that, I guess that would be cool.
Yeah.
Wait, was that the last one?
That was the last one in that category.
I thought there was one more about that, like, just like constantly working to make yourself like a better person and seeing yourself like as a work in progress. And I was like, all right, that's good. 5. If I can, I'll take satisfaction in that.
Yeah. Wrap it like a 2.
Well, I mean, I'll say this. Results wise, I'm shocked that you have no values. I am
I have no dominant values.
no dominant values. Your influential values, they seem like afterthoughts.
Here's my takeaway from this. In some way, this test was right on point with with how I view myself. And that is, I feel like I generally stay the course on things that I think I'm in general a good person, but I definitely feel like I'm not married to most anything. And like whatever someone else, if they're like, hey, I believe this, or I think this, I feel like I'm often like, okay, no, cool. That's what you think. I mean, that's fine. Unless it's something horrific. I feel like I'm not someone who, we have friends who are like, no way, you got to do this, this, and this. This is how it goes. This is how you'll succeed. These are the values you should live by. These are what I do. I feel like we definitely have those friends who are pretty adamant about certain aspects. And I feel like I have almost none of that.
Yeah, but I mean, I think those are just like certain types of values that like, but at the same time, I think they would probably score really high in some areas and then really, really low in others. And like your ability to, I think probably forgiveness, empathy is probably way higher than someone like that.
Yeah.
Who's kind of very hard line, black and white, like you either do this or you do that. I think you are someone who sees like more nuance in people and that there's a whole bunch of gray.
But aren't those people interesting? Aren't those people like, I'm not saying I'm not interesting, but like those people who have hardline stances and hardline beliefs, I guess just like opinions, right? I'm interested in hearing those people, even if I don't agree with them. I'm interested to hear what they have to say, and like they fascinate me.
Yeah, I mean, I think because I'm like you. Yes, I agree, and I wish I was like that more. Like sometimes I wish I could just like have a hard, fast opinion, and be able to like that I've thought about and like I'm passionate about and can verbalize it and get on the pulpit and just go nuts and talk about. I don't feel like I have that, and I want it. So I'm with you, but I'm sure some of those people would see our softness and ability to not get so worked up over certain things and take a step back and breathe and just kind of try to see it all for what it is and maybe think about it a little more open with a little more open mind. I'm sure they would want that also. I'm sure they're jealous. I'm sure they're jealous of us.
I mean, they're definitely jealous of us. You should put that.
They gotta be.
You should put a link to that test in the comments so other people can take it.
Oh yeah, I wonder. Yeah, that should be allowed.
Yeah, here, I think we should take this. The first one, like I said, is frustrating for me, but will take you 10 minutes. The second one will take you anywhere from 30 to 50 minutes, but it's easy. It's all multiple choice. And it's
It goes
interesting.
by so fast.
Yeah, and it's interesting just to see, even though if you don't pay the $6, you don't get like a detailed result at the end. But as you're taking it, you are getting a sense of what your values are, and you can kind of formulate how you feel about certain things just by taking it.
Yeah,
What's
you'll
interesting.
never know yourself better than after taking this test.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
finally answer all those questions you have about yourself. Once you take it, you're done with life. You've got it all figured out.
You can give up. You can give up and get out.
Give up, get out. That's the my own private Kokomo
Hey, speaking of
motto.
private Kokomo mottos, can I say something that I feel I like keep going because it's something that Drew said and is genuinely positive but also funny, and I like that we say it. I miss you saying the other one.
Which one was that? Oh, and here's a kiss, a goodbye. Is that one, the kiss one?
No,
Or we'll see you at the beach or something like that?
I missed that one.
You want to say? Okay, I'll remember to say that one.
I think that was fun. I think it's positive. I love the beach. And it's enjoyable.
Okay. Well, hey, we're at the end of our time now, so might as well bring it out. Anything you want to say before we head out?
Plug before we do that?
Please do.
If you're watching and you're looking for something else to watch, check out Netflix. Mindy Kaling's new show that she made called Never Have I Ever is streaming now, and I'm in one of the episodes for a minute. It's a fun show. They're all like under half hour, and there's 10 episodes.
What's your role? Can you tell us?
I don't want to tell you. You have to watch and find out. But I come in episode 6.
Okay, and just one episode, just like a guest star?
Yeah.
Awesome. Ooh, very exciting. Dave, you're doing great. You're crushing it. For the rest of us, we're working on it. We'll get there.
We're all crushing it.
Yeah, we're all crushing it. Guys, we will be back on Wednesday. Until then, we'll see you at the beach. All right. We'll see you at the beach and keep going. Bye, guys.